Hello students, good morning. Yesterday I gave you an assignment regarding creation of data frame with two columns, name and class. Some value to be entered in these under these columns. Then sorting to be done over this data frame. First sort on the basis of name in ascending order. Then sort the data on basis of class value in descending order. Now how we do it using multiple column ascending order of name means data to be arranged in the ascending order of names, but when two or more name matches, in that case which row to be taken first and another on next to be decided with second column. Here we are using column class as second column. On basis of second column, if same name matches, in that case data of higher class to be taken first and lower class to be taken next. So 12 class student data will be shown first, then after 11 class data to be shown. So how this is happening here? Here we are creating PDS data frame, then creating a dictionary with the name DCT, creating two keys for column purpose. First key as name with three values, Sunil, Anil. Here Anil will be matched by sorting, and Sunil class is 11. First Anil class is 11 and second Anil class is 12. Now we create the data frame DF with the help of data frame method. Here we pass dictionary DCT. Then we call the method sort values, where we specify on which column basis data to be sorted. Here we are passing two arguments. First argument as column name in the form of list, because there may be multiple column. On the basis of multiple column we have to sort the data. Then after we will mention ascending argument. Here we mention ascending equal in list true, false. Here true means data of name column to be in ascending order, and if name matches, then class column to be taken for sorting purpose. There data of class with higher studies means higher class will be taken first and lower class will be taken second. So that Anil with class 12, which is at third position, should be taken first, and Anil with class 11 should be taken second. Then after Sunil data should be shown. Here we execute the program. If it reloads, no problem student. You have seen this program. You will try. It will perfectly work. Okay, it's working. Now you are finding stored values. Anil with class 12 is taken first, then Anil with class 11 is taken second, then Sunil. So you are finding that name are in ascending order, and if same name matches, in that case higher class is taken in the descending order. Now if I make change here, in place of false, if I mention true, student, what you are thinking about this change? That name to be sorted in ascending order, and second class is also to be sorted according to lower to higher, means ascending order. Now execute the same program. Here we are finding that there is change. Anil with lower class 11 is taken first because we are mentioning the name in ascending order, and if same name matches, in that case class is to be taken with in ascending order. So 11 is taken first, then 12 class is taken second, then after Sunil name is taken. Now student, I make change here. What I am doing here, now I mention here false. Okay, now I think that you are able to think that what would be happening here. First it will sort the data on the basis of name column, but here we are mentioning false. It means descending order, and if same name matches, in that case ascending order of name to be taken first. So first name should be displayed Sunil, then Anil, Sunil, class is 11, then Anil with lower class 11, then 12. Now execute the program. It is displaying Sunil 11, Anil 11, Anil. Now I want to display the data in the descending order of name, but also in the descending order of class. What I should make change here, I should make false. Okay, now execute the program. Sunil with Sunil class 11, then Anil with higher class taken first, because we are trying to access the data in the descending order of class also. So students, I have explained all aspects of arranging data in ascending or descending order of multiple column. Hope that you will do it practically and learn. Now students, we move towards the next topic. We are trying. Okay student, yesterday we learned how to access the data of specific index. We can access the data with the help of integer index position as well as with the label basis index position. In this first program, we are mentioning label A, B, C, D, but in first three row column one will be holding some value, but in second column there will be 4 values, and if we arrange these value in like this and access the value of B position only, B label only, in that case it should display 2 and 2, 2 for one column and 2 for two column. Now students, if you want to access the data on the basis of their real index position, integer index position, student, you know that in list integer index position begin from 0. So one column and two column both are having same value, but one column have 0 index position, 1 index position, 2 index position, whereas 2 column have 0, 1, 2, 3. Now I mention 2 index position to retrieve data. Here we are using df1.iloc for integer location, and inside bracket we are mentioning 2 index position. It means 0 at 0 index position there is value 1 1, and 1 index position there is value 2 2, and third index position there is value 3 3. So it will display 3 3. Okay students, next program is how to add row. That is also possible, that is not hard. We can add row with the help of append method. What we have to do, we have to create first additional data frame which is to be added at the end of the first data frame. Here our first data frame is df1. At the end of first data frame we want to add data frame 2, so we call the method append, and inside bracket we pass df2. It will add next data frame at the end of df1, and we create fresh df1, and then after if we display the value of df1, it will display the value of df1 as well as df2 because df1 is changed now. Next student, if you want to remove a particular row from a data frame, it is possible. Only what we have to do, we have to call the method drop df1 dot drop, and inside bracket we mention the index position, means row position to be deleted in data frame. First row is at index position 0, second row is at index position 1. So if we want to remove first row, in that case we will mention 0, and if we display the value of df1 now, it should display data frame without first row's data. It means df1 is changed. Now students, we want to iterate over rows in a data frame. Student, till now we have tried to access the whole data frame data together to display purpose. Now if we want to access one by one rows data, it is also possible. What we should do, first of all we should create data frame, even if it is looking little bigger program, but it's not like that. Your learning start from df1 equal pd1 dot data frame. Here you are creating raw data 1, means name, age, favorite color, grade, and column name you are mentioning name, age, favorite color, and grade. So iterate over data frame means first of all you have to create data frame. Then for iteration purpose we generally use looping statement. Here we are using looping statement for index comma row in df1 dot iter rows. Iter rows is a method which return single row on each next iteration. So at first time it will return index position and row. Index position means 0. So if we access the data, we want to access the data of first row, we will mention row and then in bracket name and age. So first row data is Freya and 10. Okay, because we are accessing only 2 columns data, so that's why it is displaying only 2 columns data, Freya and 10, and on next iteration it will display Mohawk and 1. So iteration is not hard. You just have to remember one single method, that is iter rows, to iterate over the data frame rows, and you have to mention the index as well as the row name. It means here it is creating a temporary data frame with the name row, which always hold value of single row only and with their column name. So you can access data of data frame one by one of each row separately. Thank you. Then after I will assign you some assignment.